I said, guess who's back? Man, guess who's back? What's going on, boxing fans? Welcome to Backchat TV. We're going to get straight into this matchup with Garcia versus Tank. Just before I get into speaking about the conference that they had, I just want to apologise for my allergies. I sound terrible, I know. I've got some sinus problems. It's the allergy season. I have terrible hay fever and I'm bunged up, blocked up, everything. So if you can still understand me, please just try your best. I'm going to make it quick, this video. I have made previous videos on who I think will win between Garcia and Gervonta Davis, and I've been back and forward. They both have great attributes, but I've tended to side with Gervonta Davis so far. Now, basically, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at their training methods. I'm looking at how they fight in the ring, how their attributes complement each other, and then I'm also looking at their demeanor in the conferences and how they speak. Now, I've given, in the conferences before this one, I've given it to Garcia. He looks ultra confident. He doesn't look to have one bit of doubt at all. And contrary to Gervonta Davis kind of looked a little bit fearful of the unknown. How good is Garcia? How fast is Garcia? How much power has he got? You can see this kind of thoughts running through his head. He wants to kind of be perfect. He doesn't want to lose, whereas Garcia is like losing is not even in his head. So I felt like this was 1-0 to Garcia. Just giving you a quick overview of how I'm kind of looking at this, the bigger picture. So I gave that first conference that they had to Garcia. Believe it or not, Gervonta Davis seemed more agitated, and Garcia was just calm, as if it's going to be easy as 1, 2, 3. And I like that, so I gave that to Garcia. Later on, I've seen Gervonta Davis come into his confident phase now, because I feel like Gervonta Davis has been working harder. I feel like he's been diligently working harder than Garcia, and that confidence is coming through. Also, they have a genuine dislike, which has also been heating up. A few personal things were mentioned about people's parents and stuff like that, and I think that added to it. But also Garcia being so confident, saying he can beat Gervonta Davis so easily. I think Gervonta Davis is now becoming quite upset that he's been underestimated. So I'm seeing this confidence and this hard work ethic coming out of Gervonta Davis, which I don't see with Garcia. So I'm making that 1-1 because I think Gervonta Davis is coming back with a real confidence now. Now, this leads to this conference which they've had recently, you know, and the fight is now tomorrow because it's the 21st. And this was really telling, this one. The energy has shifted. So Garcia now, he seems to be the one that's a little bit wary. Now that it's coming close to the date, I can see, even though he's saying the same things, there's a change in his demeanor. It's really coming to the point where he has to deliver all the things he's been saying. And I can see a little bit of the weight of his words starting to press down on his body, if you see what I mean. You know, he's really feeling the gravity of the things he said, and I can kind of see it in his demeanor. Something about that confidence has shifted a little bit. He seems a little bit apprehensive, and he's really kind of realizing that, oh, I have to really do all the things I've said. Whereas Gervonta Davis hasn't said so much. And he seems a little bit more open and free. And he's really letting him have it in this interview. So what I thought was interesting about this conference, it was the actual content of the trash talk. If you actually listen to the content of the trash talk between the two, you'll find that you'll get a good indication into their mindset and their game plans and just everything a little bit better. Now, if we look at Garcia is saying things like, you're too small. He's saying things like, you got hit and beat up by Gamboa, which isn't true. Gamboa has got quite fast feet. He's got a lot of experience. He can be a bit tricky. But Gervonta Davis got him out of there in incredible fashion. And I don't think that Gamboa posed a lot of problems for Gervonta Davis in particular at all. You know, he is a top fighter. He's given the likes of Terence Crawford and all sorts of people quite a tough fight because of his foot speed. And he didn't give Gervonta Davis that much trouble. So I kind of disagree with that. Garcia also mentions, maybe not in this conference, but he mentions a lot that he says that Tank gets hit a lot. Tank is easy to hit. He's been hit by this person, that person, but I don't think that's the whole story. I think that if Tank feels that you don't really have much power, then you often see him walking forward, and he's willing to kind of accept, a punch for a punch, basically. And you see that with him. He didn't get hit a lot with Rowley because he felt that Rowley had some power. In contrast to some of the other fighters, he didn't think they had much power, and so he kind of lapsed a little bit, and he still got them out of there. So I don't think that he gets hit because he's fundamentally flawed in any way. I just think he loses a bit of concentration when he can tell after a few rounds that you don't have much power. So I think that's the reason why he gets hit. For the most part, I think he's quite a careful fighter and a well-schooled fighter. And when he doesn't want you to hit him, it's much more difficult. You see that with, like I said, with Rowley and a few fighters. So I don't think, if Garcia is kind of counting on Gervonta being this easy guy to hit, I don't think that's the right mindset. If you contrast that with some of the things that Gervonta Davis said, I agree with everything that Gervonta Davis said. He said the truth. He said, you don't have any other weapons. You have that left hook. You don't have no defense. You don't have no good foot movement, no good head movement. He said that you're a complete fighter, but you need these fundamentals. I've been watching you. Your fundamentals are not good. Now, this is not trash talk. This is Gervonta Davis speaking the truth. Gervonta Davis has been watching him. He first said that I don't even think he's got as much speed as he thinks he has. He also said his fundamentals are all over the place. He said his defense is not good. Keep your hands up. You don't keep your hands up properly. He's actually talking about physical things, not this trash talk, you're this, you're that, I'm this, all this kind of nonsense stuff. Garcia's kind of saying this kind of, I'm going to be victorious, I'm going to, I got power and stuff like that. But when you actually listen to what is being said, doesn't really make sense. What Garcia is saying is not really much substance to it. It's more like trash talk, confidence talk. Gervonta is actually saying the things he's seen. You don't get your hands up properly. Your footwork is not right. I'm going to break your jaw because you don't get your hands up properly. He also said, don't bring your family. Yeah, I'm coming to break your jaw. And he was very, very serious. He has told his family not to come. He's coming for a war. He's really going to put it on Garcia. And when he said that, I felt like Garcia's energy shifted. I felt like he felt some fear for the first time. And he kind of came out with saying some stuff, which some of it was good, but it wasn't as potent. It didn't hit me as much as what Gervonta Davis said, because I felt like, yeah, what Gervonta says is the truth. He's been watching Garcia, watching his mistakes, training to capitalize on his mistakes. Garcia's been doing the same, but I feel like Garcia's confidence is coming more from maybe a lack of experience. And I think in the ring, he may just find out some of those things he thinks, some of those disadvantages that he sees may be a bit of an illusion. He may find out the hard way. And I think Garcia is going to have to get off the canvas to beat Gervonta Davis. That's what I feel. I feel he's going to get hit. He's going to get clipped. I also feel for the first time, Garcia may find out that his power is not enough. And I would like to see what kind of adjustments he makes once he realizes that he either can't land that punch or, it's not having the desired effect and he needs to actually have more than that left hook, or that straight right that he sometimes lands. I think he's going to need more than that against Garcia and against Gervonta. And I'd like to see how he deals with two adversities I think Garcia is going to encounter. One is he's going to have some trouble landing the left hook and the straight right. And if it doesn't floor Gervonta Davis, he's going to have some trouble there. I think he's going to get hit by Gervonta Davis because he's underestimating his foot speed and his fundamentals, and he's going to get clipped by something. And I want to see how he gets up and how he deals with that adversity. Does he come back as strongly as he did against Luke Campbell? He has every chance to win, and I still think it's a 50-50 fight for the most part. But I just think Gervonta Davis is a little bit more skilled, a little bit well-schooled. His fundamentals are deceptively good. His footwork, he gets out of the way of punches. You see the way he set up the knockout against a lot of these fighters, how he gets them out of there. You don't actually see the knockout come in a lot of the times. Garcia, very impressive, but he relies on these things, you know, these intangibles that he has. He relies on them. I feel like Gervonta is more versatile. And also, Gervonta is much more experienced at fighting taller fighters anyway. So I'd like to see how it plays out. I do feel like Gervonta Davis clearly won this press conference. So I would give it 2-1 to Gervonta Davis. I think he knocks Garcia out, to be honest. But let's see what happens. Let me know what you think. Am I reading too much into this press conference? Are you looking forward to the fight? I'm sure that's a stupid question. I think everyone is. Who do you think's going to win? Let me know. I'm on to the next one.